you would mute your phones or computers until you are speaking.
Mayor, we are live.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon or good evening, residents, Board of Trustees, department heads, and our guests. And I would like to say Happy New Year to everyone. Today, I would like to call to order the regular meeting Board of Trustees via Zoom virtual, and it's going to be live streamed on YouTube. Today is Monday, January 3rd, 2022. So we got to get used to writing the 22 on your papers. The time is now 6:33 p.m. Clerk, if you would, call the roll.
Sure. Good evening, everyone. Trustee Steve?
Present.
Trustee Norwood?
Present.
Trustee Belcher?
Here.
Trustee Holmes?
Present.
Trustee Brown?
Present.
And Trustee House?
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Next, if you all will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Trustee Norwood, if you would please stop unmuting yourself. Only when you guys are speaking, you can unmute yourself. If everyone will stay muted, I would appreciate it. Next, we're going to do prayer. If you would, Trustee Holmes, you want to leave us in prayer?
Sure.
Thank you.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for letting us see another year. We ask that you keep your holy arms over the village of Dalton. We ask that any and everyone all keep Zuccarelli's family in your prayer because of the loss today. We ask that you shield and cover our seniors and our children. Hopefully that we can get through this meeting in a peaceful form. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have general announcements. Are there any general announcements from anyone?
Yes, ma'am, recognize.
Okay, go ahead, Trustee.
Just want to announce that the trustees with this month will not be doing our monthly installation or as tea with the trustees. That will resume back in February. We will send an email and through our communications, put the information out. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, I got two announcements that I want to make in the beginning. One is I would like to introduce, well, before I do the introduction, well, you know, I'm gonna do an introduction because I'm a crybaby. So we're gonna do the introduction first. So first, I would like to introduce a person by the name of Tyrone Muhammad. He is part of, well, he is the founder of ECCSC. I hope I got it right, Ty. I was messed the initials up. He is coming on board with the village of Dalton, and he will head, meaning lead, the second chance thing that I have going on for the Dalton residents who has backgrounds, issues, or problems. Currently, a lot of people don't know I did make the village of Dalton a second chance village through executive order, and now we're implementing a plan to show you guys what it entails. Next board meeting, which is in 2 weeks, we will lay out exactly what is about to happen. Today is really just a meet and greet, so you'll know who's heading it. Tyrone Muhammad has been all over the city of Chicago, and he is out here in the south suburbs as well. I thought he was the best candidate to head this organization because of his background, his fight, his willingness to help people like myself. The only difference is I'm a politician and he's basically, I don't want to say street person, but he's out in the streets, in the communities with people trying to make a difference. Currently, this program will help people with backgrounds such as any issues you have. I'll say that any issues that you have, we do help. You got to want the help. I'll say that. It will focus on job placement. It will focus on healthcare, transportation, and housing. Currently now we're structuring it. Any trustees or anybody that wants to help with the program or structure it or add to, please, by all means, give your input. Let us know what you want to see. And it is to help people that are struggling. As you know, people go and do the time for their crime and they get out. And unfortunately, society has a bad way of making them feel like they don't exist, or that the crime will forever be their punishment for life. And that's not true. Not here with Tiffany Henyard. With me, as your mayor, I will always give people a second chance. I will always try to implement a difference in the community. And this is what the difference looks like. It's about us going to these homes that are your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, your aunties, and your grandmas. They all have backgrounds. They all have issues. So when I door knock and speak to them, they ask me to help with the things that I just mentioned: the job placement, the healthcare, the transportation, and the housing, of course, being number one. So with that being said, I want to introduce Tyrone Muhammad, just give him an opportunity just to speak to everyone. And then the next board meeting, we will go in more depth of what we're about to accomplish here. Tyrone, you do have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor Henyard, and the trustees that's online, Clerk K. I would like to just say thank you for the opportunity, and I truly look forward to being just as effective here in Dalton as I have been in Chicago. For those who don't know me, outside of, I think, Edward Steed, who I have a somewhat of a relationship with and who know me. We work together in several aspects. But for everyone else, pleased to meet you, hope to meet you soon, hope to be able to sit down with you all individually, to prick your brains, to get your ideas on how you think we can best implement the program. But what I would tell you, giving you a little history, I served 21 years in prison. And immediately upon coming out, I knew that in order for violence to have the communities to have a chance and violence to be repaired in our communities in Chicago, I know it would take us to save us. And as formerly incarcerated person who had a hand in gang, drugs, and violence myself, it's incumbent upon us who have served our time, who actually confess and practice reformation to be the change we want to see. It can't come from the police. It's not all on the Dalton resident. It's not on the trustees, the mayor. It's on those who've had a hand in destroying and had the terroristic effect on our community. So to date, I can personally put my hand on, as an organization, over 2 years, we probably have prevented at least 300 shootings in Chicago, and this is documented. It's hard to build true metrics because you're unable to quantify just how many people, innocent lives have been saved as a result of stopping one incident or de-escalating violence. I've been able to put over 250 men to work, formerly incarcerated persons in Chicago, through the construction sites, through the violence prevention programs, substance abuse counselors, and just a host of mentor programs, schools, civic and social engagement. Also, we have created a lot of jobs from the ex-con community. They are entrepreneurs who own trucks. They have small businesses, construction, repair, snow removal, landscaping, and the like. So one of the things that we practice here at ECCSC is through our re-up program or project, what we call reinvesting, reassessing, retooling, re-engaging, and repositioning ex-cons for success. Our re-up program recognized that in order for reentry to be successful and sustainable, it has to offer more than job placement. Rather, there's a need for holistic trauma-informed approach that change the mindset of the individuals about crime by giving them a wraparound comprehensive service they need to be successful. While this program has been designed specifically for ex-offenders as its primary audience, many services are also offered to individuals needing to reposition themselves in the workforce and in society. Prevention is the key. We spend billions upon billions on response, and we don't even spend a fraction on prevention. This is what we hope to also provide, because our organization, ECCSC, is a violence prevention organization. And we're well recognized in Chicago as one of the premier organizations that's performing de-escalation every day. So that Dalton will also receive the efforts and assistance and professionalism of our de-escalation team of ECCSC. So we really look forward and hope to be of assistance to the Daltonville village of Dalton. And I'm open to listen to any comments, suggestions, and even the opportunity to listen to you all's ideas on how to help us get at this long overdue process of reformation, true reform. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tyrone Muhammad. We look forward to working with you. I can't wait to show community what ideas and great things that you're going to bring here to the village of Dalton. A lot of people are looking forward to just the little things that you've been doing out in the big city, of course, which is job placement. And I love that about you, that you actually put them back to work. And you show them a different route, and they know not to go down the road they came from, and no one wants to go back. So we always have to put in place tools to make sure that they do succeed when they come out of prison or jail or whatever you guys are calling it nowadays. But basically they have to learn how to live back amongst us. And we as politicians must give them tools to succeed by giving them an avenue and an outlet. And that's kind of what myself and Tyrone Muhammad is going to put together.
Man, I would be remiss in my duty if I didn't acknowledge a good friend of mine's, Andrew Holm, who he can attest that we both have been on the front line of violence in Chicago, often outside of myself, no police. It would be Andrew Holmes and myself showing up for the shooting victims and being there for them in funerals and providing wraparound services for the trauma that those families experience. He most definitely can bear witness to the work, and I'd like to just openly thank him for being in the many trauma spaces that I've been often. So thank you, brother, and I just wanted to acknowledge you for your effort and work in your assistance in reducing violence.
Okay. Yes, that he is. Trustee Holmes is a big advocate of change and being there when people truly, truly need them. So I thank you as well, Trustee. Next on the agenda for general announcements. And the reason why I say I'm a crybaby is a good friend of mine's passed today. A lot of people don't know how close me and Zuccarelli was, but we was really, really close. I'm gonna read this statement and then I'm gonna move on. Today, January 3rd, 2022. I am extremely sad to learn about the sudden passing of Thornton Township Supervisor Frank M. Zuccarelli. This is a great loss to our community. Our thoughts and prayers are with his loved ones and family. As my mentor and my dear friend, I had a personal connection with his inspiration and goodwill. The best we can do to honor his memory is to continue to follow what he stood for. People working with people. He would truly be missed. I don't want to keep going, but I can go on and on about what a great man Frank Zuccarelli was. It was said when I got the news today about his departure, and no one knows what would happen while you're here. So I try my best to tell my family, my loved ones, that I love them. And I think everyone should do the same, because today is not promised to anyone. This is an example of that. I don't want everyone to continue fighting. I know that things are going to get bad before they get better, especially within his organization. And it's sad to see people fighting over seats, titles, things of that nature, and the person not even in the ground yet. I will miss you, Frank Zuccarelli. You my true friend. I will miss the late night phone calls, just your overall support of me as mayor. I thank you for everything you have done for myself and for community. And I will live up to your name of people working with people. That's all he cared about. He had a heart for the people. He had a heart for community. And don't you dare come to any of his events and say you're hungry. He gonna give you the whole truck. I guarantee it. So with that being said, I'm gonna move forward to village report. So village clerk, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Happy New Year's to everyone. And again, I give my condolences to Thornton Township, Frank Zuccarelli's family as well. My report tonight would be very brief. I just want to give you guys an update on the Electronic Freedom of Information Act program that I've been working on for the past couple of months. This program is scheduled to go live on January the 18th. The link will be available on the Village of Dalton website, located in the clerk's office, on the clerk's office page. Request will be completed online moving forward on this page. And this, once your request is entered, it will come to the deputy clerk, and that request will be tracked from the time it comes in until it has been completed. It will also, deputy clerk will send the request to the department that is responsible for completing it. I know some of the department heads have not had an opportunity to go over the program. We will do that next week, but we have worked very closely with Commander Price in the police department. In fact, we've set up a separate portal for the police department. So he's familiar with the program, and we're looking forward to the success of doing away with paper FOIAs, being able to better track them, because, you know, when FOIAs comes in, sometimes they get lost in the shuffle because we're shuffling paper around all the time. But through this electronic device, we won't have to do that anymore. And we will know the status of each FOIA request that comes through the Village of Dalton. Basically, that's all I want to share today, but I just want you guys to know that that's coming soon, and we will talk about it more as it progresses. And that's the end of my report, unless anyone have any questions. If not, thank you very much.
Okay, next we got engineers report, Ron Smith.
Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year, and condolences to the Frank Zuccarelli family. I just have a couple of items to go over my engineer's report. We have been diligently working with the staff, and good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, and department heads, and all Village of Dalton residents who are watching. Current projects we're working on is the water meter replacement project. We received a grant for $220,000 for CDBG resurfacing for this year. We're going to bid out February 1st, the sidewalk, not the sidewalk, but the alley reconstruction project. We're also working on the sidewalk replacement project. We continually have sidewalk lists coming in. Staff have been logging, and they have a spreadsheet, and they have photos of all of the sidewalks throughout the village that need to be either, that are in disrepair and need to be replaced. We're doing 144th Street resurfacing project this year that will be from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive to Indiana. IDOT is working on a long-term bridge replacement and resurfacing project, which is slated to start in 2023. We are currently working on the Create W11 and also the Create GS23A project, which is the rail realignment project by Old Village Hall, and then also the overpass that will be by 138th and at Cottage Grove. We also applied for $400,000 for sewer drainage improvements. We're looking forward for a positive response on getting the funding for that. Also, we received $132,000 for a quiet zone analysis through Invest and Cook. That's at the various crossings throughout the village, so we do not have to hear the horns blaring each time they come past. And we also are working on a rebuild downtown and Main Street grant for $3 million that is due on January 10th. So that's just a touch of some of the projects we're working on, and I will entertain any questions that the board may have at this time.
I have one question. This is Trustee Brown. You say the
Yes,
220,
trustee.
was the 220 the BCBG grant?
Yes, the CDBG grant is for $220,000, yes.
Okay, and that's for the resurfacing of streets?
Yes, I think it's about 4 to 5 streets that were applied for grant funding for about a year ago. If you
Mhm.
location map or a list of those streets, I'll be more than happy to provide that.
Okay, and you said a water meter. Where do we stand as far as the water meters? Were we,
We were on the intended use plan list to receive $2 million to replace the residential water throughout the village.
Mhm.
What will happen with that is once it's the meters, we will go to a remote reading system where you can sit in the office at your desk and hit a button and you can read all of the meters. Not only that, the software that goes along with this project, it will alert you if the meters are not working right, if the meters are
Okay.
wrong, or if the meters are tampered with.
Okay. I know we did speak a little bit about that with the ARPA money as well, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so we're applying for that 2 million, right? Applying?
That is correct. We are about 90 some odd % completed with all of the paperwork. And if I'm not mistaken, we should have all the information collected and submitted to the IEPA this month.
Okay, so submitted, we would say by the end of January.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And then if you can give me those blocks, I think we had talked about it, but if you can, I'll be so grateful for that information.
Yes, I will provide a location map that has all the streets listed.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, trustee.
All right, thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, next we have the village administrative report. I just skipped her just so I can get myself together. But a lot of people don't know that Dorothy's last day was last week, Wednesday, I believe. And today she's giving her final report to the Board of Trustees, the community and department heads. She would truly be missed as well. She's going on to other ventures. And I just want to thank her for her time here with me as she transitioned me over the last 6 months. So I appreciate you, Dorothy. You do have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And thank you to the Board of Trustees and to the community and to certainly to the department heads as well for all of their cooperation over the last several months. Yes, Friday, December 31st was my last day. And I was supposed to be my last day, but I worked over the weekend to wrap up some other items and to put together some reports so that I would not leave anything unfinished. You all know I always operate at a level of excellence, and I wanted to make sure that that the next village administrator, as I promised when I started, and I committed to 6 months, I stayed 7. However, gave the mayor 1 more month. I said that I would ensure that there was a smooth transition to the next village administrator. So I'm happy to report to you tonight. I have been working with the individual that is being proposed tonight over the last month, ensuring that they have all the tools that are necessary to ensure that the village continue to operate seamlessly. One of the things that I wanted to show tonight was one of the things that I really wanted to do was to make sure that the village really understood where it stands as it relates to other villages. and municipalities in the suburbs. So I put together this spreadsheet. It's something that I wanted my interns to do, and they didn't get a chance to do it. But I wanted the village to see where we compare as it relates to other municipalities with the same population. So as from a standpoint of revenue, so we know where we can grow to, what our possibilities are. So I have Orland Park here, Tinley Park, and then you get to Chicago Heights. They're 28,000 population, and we're at 22. They have about 6,000 more, but as you can see, the revenue for Chicago Heights and Niles, which are only about 6,000 more people, they're almost doubling us. What I would suggest for the next village administrator or whoever, or if we get a chief financial officer, that they visit these locations and determine what are they doing to have the kind of revenue that they have that we simply are not doing. Harvey needs to probably do something similar, because as you can see, they're way down. And even though their population is higher than ours. And then you have South Holland is less than ours, and they're at 44, we're at 35. Matson is at 38, and they're only 19,000. Alsip, they're only 18,000, and they're at 51 million in revenue. Homewood, they're right on us, but they're 18,000 in population. This goes to number of homes. This goes to property taxes. This goes to water revenue. This goes to all kind of revenue that's driven by the population and vehicle stickers and all of those kinds of things. And I wanted to do this. I wanted to do this for a while, and I decided I wanted to leave this with you all as a recommendation. Country Club Hills, they're right there with us, but they only have a population of 16,000. What are they doing that we can do, that we can learn from them to do a better job in raising our revenue even more? Those are some of the kind of things that I've been trying to do since I've been here, made some changes from a standpoint of ordinances, started to deal with the water and that sort of thing. So just wanted to leave you all with that. I will email this spreadsheet to you all so that you all can have that available. I know I went through it kind of quickly, but I think you get the gist. I think when we get a chief financial officer here, that individual will be able to do those kinds of analysis for us and then help us to make some changes. But the final thing, Ron talked about the sidewalk project. I want to thank the code enforcers. I want to thank the water meter readers, Brian, as well as Stacy, who gave those individuals time in order to do the sidewalk project. But Quinola Smith, who led the sidewalk project, I want to thank her because she did an excellent job in leading it. They found over 264 sidewalks that are in need of repair. We even received some from the citizens of Dalton as well. Just an excellent execution of a project, and I want to especially thank them. And we're actually at the point of sending those sidewalks we're giving Ron access to that spreadsheet so that he can then put that together for IDOT. I worked with Chief McCain over the last week to establish the new COVID protocols for the village of Dalton, as well as to set up the testing firm, which started on today. I also have asked the next village administrator to put together a resolution to ensure that we have a policy here whereby individuals that come for business licenses do not owe the village of Dalton any money. Right now, we do not have that policy in place. You should not be able to get a business license. You can't get a business license at anywhere else and owe money to that village. That is when you touch the village or that municipality. That is when we actually know you, we touch you, and we should not be issuing business licenses and you owe us money, or that business owes us money. The same thing with the rental registrations. When you're renewing your rental registrations, to look to see if you still owe the village money, or are you delinquent as it relates to your water bills. We have to find different ways to increase our revenue, and those are some of the ways that individuals do that. I was able to send off the request to the Secretary of State finally for the update and for the vehicle stickers. However, I have suggested that we just simply, since it's so late in the year, that we simply use that updated list, which will be through 2022, the date that they run it, that we use that for the 2022 vehicle sticker. And then in my conversation with my contacts at the Secretary of State, they indicated that the application that we submitted will go for 2 years. So for the next 2 years, we'll be able to get an updated vehicle sticker database so that we will be up to date on the database. That database had not been updated since 2013. The Amnesty Program, there were 26 individuals that took advantage of the Amnesty programs, and they'll all receive letters indicating that, letting them know about the fact that they are on the plan. All the other accounts, as we promised, were sent to the collection agency on December 8th. And those individuals, the non-residential accounts, will have 3 months through March 8th to pay. And those individuals that are residential will have through June 8th to pay. And then they will all get 60-day notices for shut-offs. That is the way we're going to be able to catch up as it relates to these overdue water bills. CETA, we were able to apply and become an authorized vendor for CETA. And we have received the flyer, and I believe that flyer has been sent out to the village with the website or phone numbers that individuals that qualify can call in. Actually, you can call in to find out if you qualify. They'll take you through the application process to determine whether you qualify for a $1,500 loan. I'm sorry, not loan, grant, because you have to pay loans back. You do not have to pay grants back. $1,500 grant to pay your delinquent water bill. If an individual applied for a payment plan, they will be able to take that grant and apply it towards the payment plan with the Village of Dalton. Ron Smith reported about the digital water meter. That actually, that loan, Trustee Brown, those forms are actually ready. And it is my hope that we can actually get those out this week, because according to our information from the from IDOT, from IEPA, we needed to be able to have a bid on the street by March 22nd. So it needs March 2022. So we need to get those out ASAP. We need to get those out really in this first week in January. Ron, those documents are here and are ready for you to pick up. I'm at Village Hall tonight. I met with Ron Smith and Mr. Kendall Parrott on the Rebuild Main Street and Downtown grant, which Ron indicated will go up to $3 million. We established boundaries for a central business district and what's considered a downtown and Main Street, and actually came up with the various items that should be included there. And that project is in Mr. Kendall Parrott's hands, and that is due by January 10th, which is next Monday. And Mr. Parrott will be working with the Robinson Engineering on that. And finally, I want to say that I want to thank the department heads, and I want to also thank the contractors. I want to thank Chris, who's worked so diligently with me over the last several months, and Ron Smith, who met with me. I established a bi-weekly meeting with the village engineer. And I believe, and I would say, and I believe Ron will tell you also, that has been quite effective in helping us to stay on top of things for the village. I'm going to recommend, I will recommend to the next village administrator that he establish a bi-weekly meeting or a monthly meeting with every outside contractor other than those that come in office every day. Because in order to really help to stay on top of what is going on for the village, you really need them to be accountable to the village administrator. And because I want to say the the developer for the Food for Less, just for an example. I did not even know that they existed, so I could not stay on top of them until I was asked to sign the check for their annual payment. And so I was not able to find out or stay on top of what were they doing for the village. That needs to change, and that needs to be in place for every contractor that the village has. In order for a contractor to get the job done for the village administrator has to be the person, because the village administrator is the COO, the Chief Operating Officer of the village, and needs to hold contractors accountable. So that's what I've tried to establish here, and I know that your next village administrator will do the same thing. So God bless all of you. I wish you Godspeed. Thank you.
All right. That was a lot of information. I thank you, Dorothy Brown, for committing 6 months to us and showing us the way and giving us some kind of structure with a lot of our departments here in the village. A lot of people appreciate that. We got a number of accolades from residents about you. So we thank you for all your wisdom and your knowledge that you brought to the table being in Chicago, and you implemented programs that we so desperately needed. So I thank you again for your time. And you're not even going nowhere. This is another one of my mentors. So we still have our late night conversations. I know most staff missed that 1 o'clock text or email about what to do. A lot of people don't know how dedicated and committed you really were to changing Dalton. And I thank you for that from the bottom of my heart. So thank you again. Anybody got anything for Dorothy or any comments? Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Okay, that was Trustee Holmes.
Yeah, I'm gonna say thank you for your services, Dorothy, and good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have committee reports. So we're going to start with police. That is Trustee Holmes.
Good evening, trustee, board members, mayor, residents. Next week, we will have a public safety meeting. We will possibly put that out either Friday or Monday, but it will be next week. I do want to touch on a few things, mainly the safety issue on the block, especially with our seniors. As far as those who just want to come out and warm up their car. If you're seniors and you just want to come out and get some air and warm up your car, have somebody else with you because they're taking advantage of seniors carjacking their cars, not only in the south suburbs, but throughout the city and the United States. So as a precautions to safety, we ask that you have someone come out with you, or either you have your son, your daughter, just surrounding all your neighbors. Just watch your back. Watch your backs even at the stores, because I see where they have increases in snatch and grab, where you walk into the store, they pulling up in the car alongside you and reach out and snatch and just take off. So, you know, a lot of our seniors are brittle, but they're still strong. But, you know, once they fall, you know, it takes time for them to heal. So we have to look at that. But next week, we will be outlining, with the help of the chief and some of the detectives, our stats for 2021 for the whole year. Be compiled of a police report. This year, not this year, but last year alone, there were 21,390 incidents that the police department responded to. So we'll lay out our plan and show you, you know, things and cases that have been solved. In December, there was one officer that resigned, but the department is still actively recruiting to fill vacancies. So next week, join us next week. We will have that public safety meeting. We will have the outline and talk about the cases in 2021. Be surprised of what the officers and detectives have done a fine job, along with the community. When the community steps up, you know, we get things done. So that would be put at the forefront to show you and talk to you about what has been done, where the work has been done. And then I want to piggyback real quick. You know, it takes all of us, not just one of us. It takes all of us, community, legislative leaders, to save any person's life. Even if you have to be getting threats by anybody that's out here on the street that wants you to stop doing what you're doing. But I'm picking back to say, you know, we'll take the help from wherever we can get the help from through prayer. But I pick it back with that brother Muhammad. We have worked in the trenches. not only in the city, but when people give back, when people have went to left field when they should have stayed in right field. But when you go in left field and you come back to right field and see what was wrong and make things right and put people to work. I've seen this organization put brothers and sisters to work. Not only those that are coming out of prison, but those who don't have no job and they put them back to work. But the most important thing about that, when people do come home and they do run into these organizations, especially this one here, and they get the opportunity to work, to feed their family. What's important about that person, whether it's a male or female, once they hit the ground solid working, that same individual reach back 5, 6, 7 more people to change their lives on the streets. I mean, boots on the ground, going deep into these neighborhoods where some people won't even go, where they got more guns than the police. But these people have the heart, just as everybody have a heart. Even community residents have a heart to just go step in there and tell them it's a better way. Show and prove it, other than talk. That's the end of my report.
All right, thank you, Trustee Holmes, and very well said. I agree with everything you just stated. So let's go to work. Next, we have Melanie Fitness, Trustee Brown.
Good evening, all. I want to say Happy New Year. Again, my condolences to Frank Zuccarelli's family. As of year to date, the fitness center is at a loss of $46,282. I do have a meeting scheduled this Thursday with the young man that was interested in bringing a Planet Fitness there. Hopefully we can sit down with the Park District, with Cleo, and also with Commissioner Bowens to see where we stand with them taking on the fitness center as well. But definitely cannot continue to go month to month with the loss with this fitness center. So hopefully something comes up very soon, and so we can get someone to take that loss off of our hands. That is the end of my report. Thanks, Mayor.
All right, thank you. And just to add to that, someone else did step in and state that want to purchase Melly Fitness. Of course, before I bring anything to the board, I told them to put it in writing, because everybody always talking, but no one's ever putting action behind it by putting it in writing, because we've been stating for several meetings, this person want to buy, that person want to buy, but no one has actually closed the deal. So it's a lot of talking going on. So once they put it in writing, if they truly want to purchase that property, it will be up for board review, and then we could talk about what we want them to place there. So just
one last question. Do we know what the last appraisal was? I was asked that information, so I need to get that information for the last appraisal on that property.
Yeah, we do, but just word of the wise, never show your hand by telling them what it appraised at. You want them to put an offer in first.
I want to see the appraisal. That's for me to see it. And they definitely can't give a price for it, but I definitely would like to see what was the last appraisal on that property.
Okay, I have no problem with that. So as I was stating, I was just saying, you never want to give anyone any numbers, because you said they was asking what did it appraise at. So that's why my comment is stating that you don't want to give them that. They want to put an offer in for it. They can do their own comps and call a company out and get the numbers themselves. I just didn't want you to give away the purse. That was it.
Oh, absolutely not. You never let no one know what your hand is thinking. So you let them put their numbers first, and then we'll come later. But just need to see what that appraisal is for me, for my information.
Okay, so the person that should have that, y'all, Attorney McGrath, Murphy and them do have that, so you can get that from that law firm that y'all have, Legislative Counsel. Next on the agenda is Public Works, Trustee Steves.
Good evening, everyone. I will be announcing a Public Works Committee meeting coming up this month to start off the new year. I'm looking at the report that I was given. The most important thing that I see here is that the update on the new trucks that we ordered. The Public Works Department was informed that they approximately 4 weeks out of due to the order being submitted past due. And past the deadline, Public Works is asking the community to bear with us during this event of snowstorm In some cases, there might be a slight delay. Other thing is that if you see water running a pool on the ground, please call Public Works. For after hours, please call dispatch at 708-201-3242. Also, tree trimming season is over. We're asking that you hold your request until the spring to prevent a backlog. But in the event of tree-related emergency, please give us the Public Works a call. The season has also ended for yard waste pickup. Again, if the dispatch number, if there's a water main break on the weekend that you see of your water pressure is low, call dispatch at 708-201-3242. And that's the end of my report, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Fire, Trustee Belcher.
Good evening, everyone. Happy New Year. Definitely condolences to the family of Frank Zuccarelli. I don't have a report this evening. We will have some, we have on the agenda for a promotion, I believe. I just had one quick question in reference to on the agenda. We had hired 2 firefighters back in, I believe, October. And when the agenda was submitted, they had finished like their background and everything. So I don't know if this would be the meeting that we would discuss their installation date, or would that be for the committee of the whole?
That would be for committee of the whole.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it. Thank you, everybody.
All right, no problem. Next on the agenda, we have Youth, Trustee Norwood. Unmute yourself, Trustee.
You're doing so. Okay. Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to send condolences to the family of Frank Zuccarelli also. I also like to thank the community and thank everyone who came out to have a great time with us with the skating with the trustees. It was definitely a community spirit. And I'm currently working on a community youth empowerment program. So I'm looking for sponsors now. And I'll announce a meeting sometime later on this month once I have more details so I can go over everything. That will be all the end of my report, Mayor. Thank you.
All right, next we have Finance, Trustee House.
Thank you, Mayor. Just briefly, I do also want to give condolences to the family of Frank Zuccarelli. I think that'll be a tremendous loss, and prayers and everything goes out to the family. This evening, I do not have a Finance Committee report. We will have our Finance Committee meeting the last Wednesday of this month at 5:30 p.m. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, we have department reports. Chief Collins, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor. Madam Clerk, village trustees, residents, and also department heads and other employees. For the month of December of 2021, the police department issued 249 traffic citations, also issued 307 village ordinance tickets, made 42 arrests, and served 10 arrest warrants. And what also Trustee Holmes mentioned about the end of the year closed with 390 incident reports. That's an average of approximately 1,700 calls per month. So the department has been pretty busy. But what I also would like to report on is come February, community policing will be back. Our first few meetings, of course, will be by virtual, but I want to make sure we get those up and running again so we can hear from the community and we can start having a closer relationship with the community. We can communicate with you and you can communicate with us. So stand by and look out for the dates on those meetings that are upcoming. If you have any questions about that prior to, you can still contact me and ask me about it. We would also encourage other department heads to be included on these community policing meetings, because often we get questions that sometimes are related to other departments within the village, such as water, public works, and things of that nature. I also would like to report that we are still working on the framework of the municipal parking ticket amnesty program. We want to allow people an opportunity to clear up their past debts with the village as far as it relates to parking tickets. so that you can avoid vehicle immobilization, because at the end of the amnesty program, we will be immobilizing and towing vehicles. You can avert further interaction with debt collectors, and also the issues that affect your credit, and also the interception of your state income taxes. One thing that I would like to report on at least the past 7 months with 2021, we've had manpower issues, and the question has come up of why we have officers or an officer in special units when we need more patrol officers. I'd like to take a moment to share my screen. Ontario, if you can. Okay, so we have an officer who is in a special unit. However, the things that the officer has been doing over these past few months has been seizing and making a lot of arrests. So just if you bear with me for a few minutes, I'm just showing you a few pictures of the activity that has been taking place over the last few months. Seizure of drugs.
Chief, your
Yes.
screen is not share yet. Ontario, can you share his screen?
It is open for him.
Okay, Chief, now you can share it because we don't see anything yet.
Okay, is it up?
Yes.
Okay. So these are just a few photographs of some of the activities that officers and the officer in the special units been doing. There's been a seizure of hundreds of pounds of marijuana and approximately $3 million of drug money too. What you see here are bins of marijuana that were seized, piles of.
We only see a gun.
Do you see it?
Just a gun.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if it froze.
Let me try it again, Mayor. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes, we see it now.
Okay, that's cash that was seized. Also, other drugs that were seized by other officers. And also, give me 1 second here. Okay, are they showing now, Mayor?
Yes.
Okay. These are bins of marijuana that was seized on drug interdictions. What you see here in this particular screen is approximately $1 million worth of marijuana that was seized. I will go ahead and stop sharing right now, but those are just briefly of what the officer has been doing over the last year, which is why we have people in specialized units. If we don't have people in specialized units, these type of things cannot be done. These are cancers in our community: drugs, guns, drug money that is used for no good. We need to have officers out there doing this job to seize this money. And part of the drug seizure money does come back to the village so that it can be used for good things. We seize vehicles, we seize cars, motorcycles, RVs, we seize those ATVs. A lot of things that we are able to seize by what the government says we can seize, we actually do, so that we can turn these instruments into something good for the village. So these officers are working really hard out there to get the job done. And I appreciate the hard work that they do out here, and it's not going to stop. They're going to continue to push forward to get these guns, drugs, and attack these gangs that are out on the street. And with that, Mayor, that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next on the agenda, we have Fire Chief McCain. My back. Okay. Chief McCain, Fire, unmute yourself.
Oops, I'm sorry, I apologize. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening to you, Madam Clerk, trustees, residents of Dalton, and our other department heads and those in the audience. And again, my condolences for the loss, family and friends, Frank Zuccarelli. Definitely going to hit hard in the South Side, big staple in our political world. So again, my condolences to everyone who's friends with him and loved ones. Statistics for the Dalton Fire Department. We ended the year of 2021 with 5,423 total incidents. 1,609 incidents were fire calls, motor vehicle accidents, hazardous materials, alarm activations, etc. 3,451 incidents were emergency medical incidents, which gave us approximately 15 emergency responses per day. Out of the fire calls, 230 were fires, with 25 being structure fires in our community, as well as another 25 kitchen or utility fires, 45 vehicle fire responses, 73 auto aid and mutual aid fire responses, and 62 rubbish and outside fires that we responded to. So just about 100 shy of our all-time high that we had last year, but still another busy performance with the Dalton Fire Department. Last week, we started working diligently with the initiative and getting all the COVID taken care of for the employees. And I know we're going to move on to get greater opportunities for our residents as well. I'll let you speak on that, but definitely been a process, and we're working on making sure that everyone gets an opportunity to get tested and making sure our employees and our residents are safe. So I appreciate the opportunity to help get that initiative for everyone, and look forward to hearing from everyone with that as well. And lastly, on the agenda, I appreciate everyone looking at the opportunity to approve Jamel Brim for the captain position. He's the senior lieutenant who's next up for that position, as well as hopefully everything gets to be cleared away in executive session in regards to new hires. So if there's no questions, that would complete my report.
Okay, thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Next, we have Public Works, Stacy Corral.
Good evening, Mayor, Village Clerk, Board of Trustees, and village residents. Public Works Productivity Report for December 2021. Public Works has been making tremendous progress in cleaning up the village. There is still a lot to improve in the village, and we are working diligently to service the community in a timely fashion. For the month of December, Public Works has cut down 20 trees, trimmed 13 trees, completed 3 B-box water shutoff valve repairs, 5 water main breaks, completed 2 emergency water turnoffs, installed 8 stop signs, 4 street signs, and filled potholes throughout the village. Numerous lights have been repaired throughout the village, listed as follows: 145th in Shepherd to Ingleside, 144th in Dante, 145th in Chicago Road to University. We are also working along with Mead Lighting to make underground repairs to light poles and wiring infrastructure throughout the village as the weather permits. Public Works has performed 0 jobs to the fire department vehicles, 1 job to the housing department vehicles, 8 jobs to the police department vehicles, and 14 jobs to the Public Works department vehicles. Status update for the new snow trucks. I reached out to the vendor that is building the vehicles, and I was informed that we are approximately 4 weeks out due to the order being submitted past the deadline. As a result of this late order, Public Works is asking the community to bear with us during the event of a snowstorm. In some cases, there might be slight delay. Reminders, tree trimming season is over, and we are asking you hold your request until spring to prevent a backlog. But in the event of an emergency, tree-related emergency, please give us a call. The season has also ended for yard waste pickup. Note, if you see water pooling or coming from the ground, please call Public Works. For after hours, you can contact dispatch at 708-201-3242. That's 708-201-3242 in the event that you see water coming from the ground or any other Public Works related emergency. Please contact us if you need any further information, compliments, or requests at 708-201-3280 or 708-201-3281. And our business hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Mayor, that concludes my report, and I would like to also send my condolences to the Zuccarelli family.
All right, thank you. Next, we have Water Department, William Moore.
Good evening, Mayor, Village Clerk, Trustees, Village Administrator, Department Heads, and to you, the residents. Also want to extend my condolences to the Zuccarelli family as well. You are certainly in our prayers. Mayor, I do have a brief report today, December Water Department Director's Report. Mayor, I know that this is something that's dear to you and you're passionate about. On Saturday, this 18th, we held the food giveaway, and that was an event that I chaired with the assistance of numerous volunteers, the food drive, which was held in the Melanie Fitness Center parking lot, where we gave away approximately 1,000 boxes of food and chickens as well, and to the Dalton residents. So I want to thank all of the volunteers who were out there, and the weather was a little inclement, but we were there, and the people were very, very excited to receive the food and the smiles, and just a great event. So I appreciate all of those who also assisted there. And lastly, I just want to piggyback a little bit on the CETA program that Clerk Brown, and I call her Clerk Brown, the village administrator. I just want to say to her as well, publicly, thank you for all of the support and the standard you've set, the standard of excellence that you set in my department, and made nice, and the reaching out at the times when I needed it the most. I really, really appreciate you, and I'm looking forward to taking that department with the nuggets and the perseverance that you show and the commitment to serving the residents, take to the next level. So I want to publicly thank you for that. And so I just want to piggyback a little bit on that CETA program that you were also instrumental, along with Ron Smith, Janice Johnson, Chris Merbelli, and with the board's approval. That program is something that we have now offered the village residents, where they can at least get a $1,500 grant to assist with their water bills. It's actually was there to prevent disconnection. So I was actually in transition from our extended hours today on Monday, so I didn't know if the website was given and a phone number for the residents can reach out. I know there was flyers that were sent out, but they can certainly go to the website, which is CEDA.org, that's CEDAORG.net/sites. That's CED as in David, Anthony.org.net/sites, SS as in Sam, ITES, or they can certainly call the 800 number 571-2332, and they can assist you with completing that application. And we're doing everything that we can to assist the residents with the helping them pay their water bill. So with that, Mayor, that does conclude my report. If there's anyone have any questions, I can entertain those at this time.
Right,
I have one question, Mayor. Can I be recognized? With the Amnesty Program for the Water Department, I know Administrator Brown said 26 participants took place were registered for that program. Do we have an amount?
I don't have the amount. Dorothy, do you have the amount? I don't have that number.
Okay. Can you possibly get that for me sometime?
We
Yeah.
don't have the amount. We can get it for you. Not a problem.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, Trustee.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Code Enforcement, Brian Thigpen. You have the floor.
Good evening. I'm going to do the code enforcement as well as the housing reports together for Cheryl Collins.
Right.
I'll start out with housing. Housing had 58 sales, 18 quick claims, 32 rentals, for a total of $72,950 for the month of December. Code enforcement wrote a total of 116 citations, and that goes from the span of grass to weeds, which of course is ending now, debris accumulation, vacant properties, permits, licensing, property maintenance, as well as rental and sale inspection violations. And that completes my report for both of those departments.
Okay.
Any questions?
Thank you so much. Next, building and permits, Misha. You have the floor.
Hello. Hi, everyone. For the building department, we did 68 permits, which includes building, electrical, plumbing, and homeowners permits. 6 contractor licenses issued, 9 water meter payments, 4 motor fuel and 2 liquor tax payments, 2 business licenses issued, and for a total of $44,942. And that's the end of my report.
All right, thank you, Misha. Next, we got corporate bills, Trustee House.
Thank you very much, Marilyn. I'll get my computer aligned. We have 2 different lists that will be read into record. Is the electronic payments list. Those are the payments that come automatically from the account and do not have a physical check issued for them. So for the electronic payment register, we have corporate payments of $43,342. Water fund payments, $1,449,862.54. Sewer fund payments, $1,103.14. Melanie Fitness Center payments, $382.73. Homewood disposal bond payment, $501,111.11. Total electronic payments for on the warrant list, $1,995,801.52. Separate from that, we have our warrant list, which are the corporate payments that issued with physical checks, with corporate payments of $940,531.25. See, it looks like it has a gross payroll December 3rd, 2021, $396,599.27. Gross payroll for December 17th, $392,517.35. Gross payroll December 31st, $406,691.78. Manual payroll check, $1,165.36. Manual AP check, $13,661.50. For the Melanie Fitness Center register, payment $5,887.17. Gross payroll December 3rd, $1,143.11. Gross payroll December 17th, $1,251.11. Gross payroll December 31st, $1,287.11. Total corporate payments on this register, $2,162,022.12. I motion that we pay both warrant lists collectively.
Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, call the roll, clerk Q.
I do have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
And I guess this is for the public works superintendent. As far as I see that there's a charge for $43,000 to Calumet City Public. Are we close to getting to the point where we don't have to spend this much with Calumet City Public? Are we close to the point where we have enough manpower and enough the knowledge to do that, or do we still need to depend on them for that much for these water main breaks?
The goal is always to reduce the use of these vendors. Some circumstances warrant the use of an outside vendor, whether it be a fire hydrant repair or a valve installation, something that we don't have the capacity at this time to do. So moving forward, of course, I'm going to attempt to reduce how much we use that vendor, which I believe is reduced in a short period of time since we've been here. But that is my goal.
Okay, because I know, and we'll talk about that on the Public Works Department, committee meeting, but I know we definitely got the manpower up over there. So we want to at least see if we can move away from using Calumet City as much.
Absolutely. And it's now that the manpower is up, I'm going to be implementing some in-house classes and training for these gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, to better service the community. So now that we have the manpower, they need the education to go along with it.
Okay, that's all the question I had.
Yeah, and I totally agree. Stacy doing an awesome job over there. Keep kicking butt, keep getting our numbers down as relates to tree trimming, filling holes, paving streets, things of that nature. And I was going to suggest, but I wanted you to respond to the trustee that you speak of this in your committee, Trustee Steves. That way y'all can get a better dialogue and have more intel for it. So
Oh, one more thing.
Mhm.
Mayor, is trustee Steve. Steve, not
Yeah.
S. The S is not on Steve. It's not Steve's. It's Edward Steve. Two first names.
Okay, two first names. Trustee. If you could call the roll, clerky.
Trustee Steve,
Mhm.
trustee
Aye.
Steve,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Belcher. Is Belcher still on here?
Aye.
Oh, thank you. Trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Brown,
Aye.
trustee House,
Aye.
motion passed.
All right, thank you. Next, we have old business, ordinance number 21 which is the block by block programs to sell vacant houses in the village of Dalton. Okay, you guys know I put this on here several different times to basically implement a program to structure something with our vacant properties. Everyone knows dear to me, block by block. I initiated as a trustee. It did get voted on and was put into record, and then of course removed by the exiting trustees. And now here we are again years later, and I'm trying to implement the same program, which is selling dollar houses to residents and investors. Basically, what I'm asking the board to do is support me in initiating this program to start somewhere. I'm basically asking for feedback or anybody that wants to change or amend anything as it relates to block by block. I've said this several times, by all means, please amend, change, but let's create a program so we can start, excuse me, to attack the vacant properties that's here in the village. As I talk to residents, they all state they want to get rid of the blighted homes on the block. They all state they would love to buy a home for their loved one, whether it's their daughter, their grandparent, or whoever stays with them. They all state that they'll love to buy the house that's across the street, down the street, or either next door to them. That way they can keep eyes on their loved one. Everyone's eager to start something, and I'm asking the Board of Trustees to support me in this initiative by moving this forward and starting somewhere. We can start with houses. It don't have to be nothing major, and then we can implement more as we see progress.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to table this.
Okay, so I guess, okay, so my question is, last board meeting, you motioned to move forward. So this meeting, you guys want to table, you don't want to do anything with the vacant properties, not one trustee?
I say move forward.
We got a motion on the table in a second.
Okay, trustee Steves, I got this. Thank you so much. Well, I thank you for your support, trustee Holmes. You're the only trustee that would like to implement a housing program for all our vacant property. It's saddening when the trustees don't even want to speak about it or do anything to move the village forward with the vacant properties. I've noticed that they have asked to have a committee assignment, and they still haven't even put one together for the housing program. I wish you guys would look at this and we can actually get on one accord to putting the vacant property on the tax roll. But I will say this, moving forward, I will continue to try to implement some type of program for the residents of Dalton. They deserve better. We all got elected and said we was going to do better and we was going to give them something. And currently now we're not doing anything. Everyone's always on mute. Everyone always bypassing this, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the fact that you guys voted for a program where I'm gonna say organization, which is the land bank, and y'all didn't even have a piece of paper to even vote on.
We got a motion in a second. Can we take the vote?
Trustee, let me finish. And you guys wouldn't even vote for a program where I'm giving you documentation. I'm telling you what we're going to do. I'm giving you structure, and you won't even give input as trustees to move forward with this, but you will vote for something such as, again, the land bank, who said every penny will go to their organization, not a dime will come to Dalton. And that just beholden to me. That just doesn't make sense that you guys will go that route and won't even give this a chance. I constantly put it on the agenda and I'm gonna constantly talk about it, whether y'all want to hear about it or not. The residents is asking for this. Residents, if you're watching this, call their phones and tell them again how you feel and how we so desperately need this in our town. There is other ways. I will figure it out so that we can implement something with our vacant property. I too am tired of seeing all the blotted property as I drive up and down the community, and I'm tired of seeing squatters going in the vacant properties and making them homes, their homes. So just moving forward, I just want everyone to know, and all of this is for the record, Clerk Key, and now you can call the roll. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Trustee Steve?
Aye.
Trustee Norwood?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye. Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
No.
Trustee Brown?
Aye.
Trustee House?
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, thank you so much. Next, before we get here, I need a 2-minute break. So give me 2 minutes, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, next on agenda is new business. A, discussion and possible action regarding appointment of village administrator. Is there a motion?
May I be recognized, Mayor?
Yes.
Okay, and I just got back. I had to step away now. Where we at now?
Okay, so we're on the new business, discussion and possible action regarding appointment of village administrator. Is there a motion to appoint the new village administrator?
Motion.
All right. Is there a second? No second. Okay, then it dies. It's crazy. And I'm gonna say this again. Yes, I'm gonna make my statements as we move along. A lot of people that watches us and see every board meeting see the division and the tension between myself and my board of trustees. And it's sad because here we are in the new year. And I would think that things will change a little bit or you have some type of structure. And we still doing the same old tricks. Me as mayor have set out an email Zoom call for all my board of trustees to meet the new VA. Something different and making sure that everybody's on one accord and making sure that we picking a great person that everyone seems to like and know, to be the new VA. Regardless of you guys choosing to vote for one or not, you guys know that I can still appoint the VA for village administrator. Currently now, you just heard and the residents just saw, we do not have a village administrator. So how dare my board not vote for a village administrator to run the day-to-day operation, which you guys know, Dorothy last day really was last week. She came in today to just finish up the board meeting and little stuff around here. We are in need of a village administrator. I think the person that I've chosen, which his name is Keith Freeman, will be a great attribute to Dalton. And we so need new direction, and structure. So thank you, Keith Freeman, for coming on board. If you could just introduce yourself to my Dalton residents so they'll know what we are doing now, since the Board of Trustees chose not to second Trustee Holmes' motion to appoint you for our new VA. Keith,
There's a reason for that. I would like to say something to that.
okay, hold on one second. If it's a reason, you could have second, we could have discussed, put up for discussion, and you could have talked about it. Well, y'all know how this goes. That's why I always say, Robert Rules of Order, no one wants to follow them. So let me finish, trustee, then I'll give you the floor. So Keith Freeman, if you would, just introduce yourself to my Dalton residents so they can see my choice. How you doing? This is Keith. Go ahead, you have the floor.
I'm doing well. Hello, Mayor Henyard and Madam Clerk, trustees, and residents of Dalton. I think this is an exciting time for everyone, and I am more than happy to have multiple conversations with everybody about the direction in which we feel like, as a group, we should move forward. I appreciate Mayor Henyard, as well as the trustees' conversations over the last couple of days. I think that everybody's opinion and everybody's thoughts were very valuable. I think that you guys are thoughtful in your approach, and I appreciate everyone's time and consideration. And again, thank you for the opportunity, even though this is pretty awkward. Thank you guys, and I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Freeman. Trustee, go ahead.
Again, this is not the correct way to do it. We found out about him when we got the agenda. We talked to him on Sunday for 20 minutes. Again, no background check was given, even though we implemented, we passed it to get the background, that still hasn't been given. We got his resume as we were talking to him. So again, this mayor was a trustee for 8 years. This was not brought across the board the right way. It's the last minute, and then it's forced on us. And then you wonder why we do this. You know this is the wrong way to do this. You complained about this for 8 years. You did it all wrong. You can't get this to us on Sunday. We talked to him on Sunday for 20 minutes. That wasn't even enough time for two trustees to talk to him. And I told him today when I talked to him, you don't have the vote. We don't have the vote because we don't know him. We don't have enough time to sit down to vet him to get our right answers. And then this mayor had a history of hiring people without the correct background check. So there's no background check on him right now. We don't know nothing in his background. So if you do it the correct way, Mayor, which you know how to do, because you complained about it heavy for 8 years, you're doing it wrong. You cannot just force this on. You have to work with your board, Mayor. You have to work with your board. Remember that statement that you said over and over again? You're not working with your board. You're forcing this on us, and you're just shoving it down our throat. You have to learn to work with the board, period. If you don't learn to work with the board, this is what happens. This is not on us, this is on you. Your leadership is doing this. And I talked to Mr. Freeman, this is all wrong. This whole presentation, how you brought him to us is wrong. It's wrong, it's 3 left feet. So that's why we didn't vote for him. And I'm not saying we're not gonna vote for him in the future because he has high recommendation. We talked to other people that know him. But the reality is you brought him in all wrong and you know you was wrong. And this is your reflection of leadership. So you gotta change it up if you want him to get past it. And then what's gonna happen is you're gonna try to point him once a month because you're gonna do what you wanna do. Then we're not gonna pay him because we're the ones that oversee the payroll, what goes get paid. So if you wanna continue this route, I thought you would start off early in this new year better, but obviously you're starting off the same way. I wanna do it your way. This is not, you running this thing like it's Death Row Records and you Suge Knight. And that's not the reality. You have to learn to work with us, period.
Okay, anyone else before I respond?
Oh, if I could be recognized, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Just briefly, I did have an opportunity. I think I'll just state for my reason for not seconding. I believe I did have a good talk with Mr. Freeman. It was a brief moment yesterday and then again today. I do believe he's a highly qualified. So I'm impressed with his background. I was concerned that there was not a background check completed at this time. I would like to see the process done in its entirety, and then the presentation and move forward. But I have nothing against Mr. Freeman. I believe he's a good qualified person from the recommendations I've been given. I just would like the process to be followed from start to finish. Thanks, Mayor.
Anyone else?
Okay, may I speak? I as well, we had a conversation, brief conversation yesterday, a brief conversation today. I did tell him I would get back with him on some questions and answers that he and I will review. Unfortunately, we did not get a chance to get back with that, but I will reach out to Mr. Freeman tomorrow as in regards to the questions that I have for him. But as again, the brief conversation yesterday, highly recommended. Think he's a very great candidate for this position. Again, my questions were not answered, and Mr. Freeman and I spoke about that today, and we will review that again tomorrow. So that's the reason for my no vote tonight, because I did not have my end of my session to speak with Mr. Freeman tonight, which we will reconvene tomorrow. Thanks.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. Somebody else, or that's it?
Mayor, may I be recognized?
Go ahead.
I agree with the rest of the trustees. I don't think I had an issue. I think that Freeman came highly recommended. Again, I think the issue was just the process. A little bit more time to kind of vet them, time to learn them. And then again, just working with the board, Mayor, just speaking with us, seeing how we can all get on one page. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Is that everybody, or are we missing someone? Okay, so this is what I'm gonna say to my board of trustees. And first I'll start with Trustee Steves. First, I did do everything correctly. So for you to sit here and think you could be my judge, juror, ain't gonna happen. I sat here, I reached out, and I made sure that you guys was able to have a sit down with Mr. Freeman. Now, whether you like the time frame or not, this was the date that was given to me by one of your trustees. You guys said Sunday, so we chose Sunday. Could have done it last week if you chose to. So certain people weren't available. So if we're gonna talk, let's talk. So now, when we did that, just so everybody is clear on positioning and what your jobs are, what my job is, and what HR job is. We are not HR. You guys do not do the hiring, HR do. Your job as trustees is to talk to them about their experience, their resume, things of that nature, to get an understanding of why they are qualified for this position. But our job is not HR. If HR then vetted the person through and said they was good to go, guess what? They're good to go. We get here at this point, like I just stated, and that's what you got to understand. I do not have a village administrator, and you guys just heard that. I said that earlier. So for you guys to sit here and say you don't want to vote for something because of you feel I didn't do something the right way, I could feel that you guys don't do a lot of things the right way. But at the end of the day, the village must run. You have to put your differences to the side. I've said that several times, and we have to run the day-to-day operation. With that being said, yes, I am going to make him my village administrator because that is what we need. The village must continue to run. I cannot allow something to be crippled because of a vote that trustees don't want to make at this current time. Now, future reference, if you guys choose to vote for him, okay. If you do not, we will have a village administrator to run this village, which that's what I got elected to do. I didn't get elected to play these games and go back and forth over, oh, well, y'all, you ain't talk to me. Well, we didn't get email, we ain't this. No, this is a new year, new day, new time. So moving forward, and if y'all want to talk to him, talk to him. Other than that, I would have made him available if I was on a different direction. I would not set up a Zoom call or put it on a Sunday for that matter to make sure you guys was able to speak to the individual. Like I said before, the date was chosen by one of y'all, and that's the date they say y'all was available to speak to Mr. Freeman. And if you guys all just stated, and I heard out of everyone's mouth that he's qualified for it, you heard nothing but good things about him. I don't understand what will be the problem on voting on him so we can move forward and start this new relationship that we so desperately need. As it relates to anything else, if anybody got questions, concerns, by all means, reach out. I've said it several times as well. Call my phone. If y'all got a problem or issue, don't wait till we get to the board meeting and act like someone's doing something other than what I'm telling you guys what's going on. We need Keith Freeman. We need a village administrator, and I would hope the Board of Trustees would have supported this because the guy is actually really talented, a wealth of information, highly connected, and it's something that we do need for Dalton currently now. So look at that. And as it relates to background checks, from my understanding, he did do a background check, so it's coming up. As it relates to you guys saying we didn't do processes right, that's not true. But I just want you guys to know that we do need this. I'm hoping y'all have a change of heart and actually vote for it. Other than that, we can move forward because everyone made their statement and you guys told me what you want to do. And
Mayor, if I could be recognized on this.
Yep, go ahead, trustee.
I just want to make sure I'm really clear on this one. During my interview with Mr. Freeman as well as Ms. McGraw, I asked the question, was a background check done and when were we moving forward? Trustee Norwood was there with me as well. And at the time, Mr. Freeman indicated no. So that's my reason right there in terms of saying, so when we're talking about these things, I just want to make sure that my stance, again, nothing against him, I was talking about process, and that was the part that threw me off. Thank you.
Okay, well, just so you know, he do have a background pending now. So you talked to him, you said on Sunday, today is Monday. So you guys can go check that as well. So you can know that the background is being done. As it relates to anything else, everything else y'all said y'all liked about him. So again, I don't understand what will be the issue. And why would I not do a background check? Everyone gets a background check when they get hired here in the village of Dalton currently now. So let's move forward.
One question, Mayor. A background was done today. Anybody that's hired for any position anywhere does not start until the background comes back eligible. So that's the reason for mine. When a background comes back eligible, you're good to go. Other than that, we want to start this process off right this year. And the process this year that we all agreed on some time ago is that we will run background checks. And once that background check comes back eligible, he's good to go. I'm sure no one will have a problem if it comes back eligible. But as I spoke to him today, it was ran today. Once it comes back, you're good to go. But again, the process moving forward this year has to be followed. And we all agreed on that. So let's follow that process moving forward. Thank you.
Okay, well, I thank everybody. So once his background come back, y'all let me know. We can have a special meeting and move forward. But until then, he will be starting here in the village of Dalton. So thank everybody for your comments. Next on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding appointment of deputy police chief. As you guys know, the current deputy chief was what is that, Curry, and currently now I am changing that appointment to what is her name, Commander Staples. So that will be our new deputy chief. Do anyone have any questions? No. Before I do the questions, is there a motion to appoint Commander Staples?
Well, I have comments on this one, so I want a motion for discussion purposes, but I don't know the most information provided. I just found out, but I motion to move forward with the discussion.
Okay.
I'm a second for discussion.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, my discussion was most of the information provided. I saw it on the agenda, and beyond that, I have not hadn't heard anything until at this moment. So maybe executive session probably might be a better place to do it so that we do not have another display publicly, but I'm not in favor without having more information. Thank you.
Okay, we can do that. I don't have no problem going closed session. So we'll motion this to closed session. Next on the agenda is discussion and possible action regarding the appointment of Dalton Fire Captain. Chief McCain, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mayor.
Welcome.
Good evening again to everybody. Tonight, which was already approved in the fire committee meeting, I need to bring tonight to the executive board meeting tonight for everyone's approval in regards to Jamel Brim moving forward to the promotion of fire captain. He is the senior lieutenant, which puts him as the only person eligible for this position. There is one vacancy for this position, and it is budgeted for. So tonight, I'm seeking the mayor and the board of trustees consent and approval for moving forward with the promotion of Jamel Brim to the position of fire captain. And once it's hopefully approved, then we would have a swearing in date at another day. So, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to appoint Jamel Brim to fire captain?
Make a motion to appoint Jamel Brim as the fire captain.
I second.
All right, motion second. Any discussion? Okay, call the roll. Clerk Key, call the roll.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Belcher,
Give me 1 minute.
trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Brown,
Aye.
and trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, all right, thank you. And then just for the record, I want to put this on record, Clerk Key. People are hired contingent upon background checks for any job. So hopefully the Board of Trustees will reconsider that. If his background come back bad, of course, he will not have a job. But if his background come back clean, he's already employed. So I'm just making sure that the Board of Trustees did know that.
Okay.
Next, we have discussion of possible action regarding approval of Paycom for payroll processing. Chris, you have the floor. I know that this was discussed several times through yourself, Janice, and then also the trustees. So do anybody have any comments before? Well, you know what? Is there a motion?
I'll motion to approve Paycom as the payroll provider.
Okay, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion? All right, call the roll. Clerk Key.
Trustee Steve,
Aye.
trustee Norwood,
Aye.
trustee Belcher,
Aye.
trustee Holmes,
Aye.
trustee Brown,
Aye.
and trustee House.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Right, thank you so much. Next is mayor's report. So I got a little lengthy report this evening. First, I want to say Happy New Year again. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, and I wish nothing but the best for a wonderful New Year, especially to my Dalton residents. I know last year and the prior year has been hard due to COVID. Everyone tired of being in the house, and then my business district, I feel currently shutting down. I know that you're going to work harder for the 2022 year, and then I'm pretty sure that with my new administration, and then hopefully with a working board, Dalton will be back better again. I do know and I do vow that I will build Dalton back better again. I did make sure that I implemented different things this year. The calendar will be coming out. Residents, you will know what to expect. I just want you guys to know to stay masked up. Make sure you get vaccinated if you're not. I know that a lot of Dalton residents are either afraid to go into stores or go places, but if you do go, please wear your mask. And the gloves are back, so you can wear your gloves as well, because a lot of people are catching this new virus. And it's very contagious. So, and it's quickly spreading. So make sure you wash your hands, you wear your mask, and stay within 6 feet of people. Stop touching. I know a lot of people fist bump and do different things, but if you could, just hold off from doing things of that nature. Go here to next. We have started weekly testing at Village Hall. And I also issued an executive order last week mandating that all non-union employees must be either fully vaccinated or have a weekly negative COVID test. We are also opening up negotiations with the unions so that we can ensure that the union employees are also protected. So that's what we're waiting on for that. And I'm gonna read this statement before I go to the police department. This is a statement. It will be posted on via email and on the websites and Facebook tomorrow. And it says, okay, so this was dated because I had it ready for December 29th of 2021. So we're gonna make some little changes on the date. It has always been my intent to reopen for the first meeting in 2022, which is January 3rd today. In response to the current COVID-19 surge of cases and hospitalizations in suburban Cook County, I am keeping Village Hall closed for now. This is consistent with the attached order from the Cook County and the actions of neighboring municipalities. And additional data, as additional data comes in, this matter will be reassessed. Our first priority and my only priority is health and safety of all residents of the Village of Dalton. And that is the reason that I am making this decision as the Chief Officer of the Village of Dalton. So as you know, Village Hall will still be closed. We will have it via Zoom meetings. So that will go out tomorrow. Next, my police department. I'm excited about the Amnesty Program that Chief Collins discussed tonight. So please, all residents, take advantage of this program, just like we did an Amnesty Program for the water department. But only 26 people benefit from it. So would you please benefit from the Amnesty Program, which is about municipal tickets. If you got a ticket from us, we're basically telling you you're gonna have a time frame to pay it or cut it in half. We're working the kinks out of that currently now. Also, we don't want you to have or incur the expense of getting a boot on your vehicle. So this will be effective more than likely beginning February. The first board meeting in February, we will probably initiate this. Right now, they're working the kinks out so they can tell you exactly what it entails and how to go about it. Next, the mold remediation for the fire station number 2 is underway. Fire station 2, which I always report, it should be opening up spring of 2022. Congratulations to the fire captain that was recently promoted. This ensures that our fire department is staffed properly. Next, code enforcement. The code enforcement team is done with their 10-week training, yay. They should be taking their exam shortly, so good luck to all my staff. I want to make sure everybody passed, and I know you can take it multiple times, but good luck. Use your flashcards. I did that in college. It helped me a lot, and then put them in the bathroom, stick them on windows, things like that. That might help you out. Or bring them in here, and then sometimes I even go over them with you. Public Works. The sewer suction truck is being built. It should be completed, which I know Stacy had already spoke on. I think he said two more out. The dump trucks are also being built. The drainage improvement for the parking lot and the yard at Public Works should be done once the weather breaks, and that should be done in the spring. And I want to give a special thanks to Public Works for putting up the decorations on Sibley, helping with the lighting of the Christmas tree. So I thank you, Public Works, for all you do. The water department, I just want to talk again about the water bill amnesty program. It has ended December 7th of 2021 at 5 p.m. The delinquent bills for anyone that did not pay in full or sign up for a payment plan was sent to collection agencies on November 8th. The collection agency will add their collection fees, and you will now be responsible for paying the water bill amount along with the late fees to Dalton through the collection. Dorothy also spoke on non-resident accounts will have 3 months, and residential accounts will have 6 months to pay their bills. The housing department, landlords, make sure to contact housing department to find out when your license will expire in 2022. The expiration dates have changed, so make sure y'all stay connected with that. Same thing with the business license and permits. Business owners, make sure that you contact the business department to find out when your license will expire in 2022, and that expiration has changed as well. I want to give a special thank you to Scott Gilmore for building the stands and lending a helping hand to put up the lighting for the Christmas trees that was scattered throughout town. One was on 142nd, the other was at Menards, and of course the one right here in front of Village Hall. So thank you. And then also with the help of Public Works, you are awesome. You are always everywhere. Community and collaborations. I hosted a toy drive at Thornridge High School on Saturday, December 11th. The holiday home and yard decoration contest was great. I thank you residents for showing up and showing out this year with your decorations. The first place winner was 147. I didn't get a complete address on here. 147 in Avalon. The second place winner was 146 in Kenwood. And the third place was 154th in Greenwood. So I thank you all for participating in the Christmas decoration lighting. I also hosted a single parents clothing giveaway on Thursday, December 16th. And that was off of Greenwood. And that was really nice. A lot of single parents came out, and I always tell them I can relate to them. So I always try to offer things that I know they need, such as diapers, clothes, shoes. They got toys as well, and formula, milk, or gift cards. So I just want to thank you, single parents, and always keep your head up. And remember, if you need help, reach out. I am a resource for you. I always remember that. If I can't do it, I know someone that can, or I can refer you to an organization that might can help more so than I. I also hosted a holiday food giveaway on Saturday, December 18th. That was at Melody Fitness. That was also great as always. The line was all the way down to Chicago Road. I still call it Chicago Road, even though it's MLK and around. So I thank you for that. And I want to apologize to the seniors because I had to postpone the senior citizen holiday dinner. I definitely will make that up to you guys. I just did that because of the increase on the COVID cases, and it's really, really affecting the young babies and also the seniors. And I didn't want to create a super spreader, so I canceled it, and I will choose another date and time once the numbers go down to make sure I make it up to you, because I know you guys like to come out. I know you guys love to eat and party and play bingo. So sorry for that, but right now I care about your health more so. I have my first initiative for 2022 schedule already, and it's a health initiative. It will be on Sunday, January 23rd, and it will be at Thornridge High School from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. So those that's making those New Year's resolutions and you want to get fit, you want to come out, come out. It's on the 23rd on a Sunday after church from 2 to 3 at Thornridge High School. It's going to be really great. You'll see myself there. You'll see a lot of other people there, but you want to come and just show some type of initiative. And that's just the start of a healthy way, healthy living type of initiative that I have going on. Okay. Next, where are we at? I have a mayor veto for everyone too. So now this was from a special board meeting that the Board of Trustees called right before we ended the new year. This was last week, I think Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah, I think last week, Wednesday, they called a special board meeting to basically approve a economic developer for the Sibley TIF. And basically, of course, I wasn't in favor of it, and I'm gonna recite my reasons why. Because I'm generally in favor of economic development, just so everyone knows that for the record. But I just want people to be responsible as it relates to coming before us and saying they're gonna do things and not actually putting in writing. We can't just throw away TIF money at people because we like them. We have to make sure they can do the job at hand. The developer needed to commit in writing before they should have got any TIF money. That's number one. And then I also feel, and I'm a strong believer of TIF money could also be used for other things. And that's why I was stating to the Board of Trustees that before you vote on it, do your research It could have been used to fix streets and infrastructure, or could have been given to a developer who would have committed in writing to actually do the redevelopment. Right now, it's just a verbal, it's nothing in writing. So how would you hold them accountable for what they're telling us they're going to do? Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for what LFI has done in the past. They've been there for 20 years, but like I stated before, the last 3 years, they have done nothing. So I didn't think it was smart for the Board of Trustees to vote them for another 2-year contract, making almost $1 million to do nothing. To me, that is an example of ghost payroll. A person that actually just sitting there getting paid, but not producing, not doing anything. I just thought we should have looked at it differently. I always said we should have waited or put it out there so other people could have actually said, okay, well, this is what I bring to the table, and actually put it in writing. So this is, and that's for the record, Clerky. So now here, I'm gonna read in the record the statement, and I'll send you this as well, Clerky. Accept this as my formal veto of resolution number. And then you put the resolution number in. As this resolution calls for the expenditure of funds, it may be vetoed. While I'm in favor of responsible growth and economic development, I am not in favor of risky-less giving away money to developers who are not committed to additional growth in the village of Dalton. In this case, the developer actually refused to commit in writing to building anything new despite him taking additional funds. I cannot support giving away money to developers who are unwilling to commit in writing to redeveloping properties in the village with the funds that they are getting. The property has been stagnant and no progress has taken place for over 3 years, but the board decided to reward them anyway. I demand more transparency in our economic development, and the money that the board wants to give to Location Finders International could be better used for infrastructure, which they cry about all the time, but no one thought to put the money back in the town. Water main repairs, street repairs, or property acquisition, or a developer that will commit in writing to actually doing a development. Based on the foregoings, I must issue this veto. Respectfully, Mayor Henry. So that's my veto that I wanted to read into record. And of course, board overturn at board meeting or however they see fit, but I will hope they will take heed to the warnings and basically make some changes and not do the same thing, like give that company a 2-year extension. They didn't do anything for 3 years. I just think that doesn't make any sense. That's giving away free money. And if that was the case and you wanted them to stay, you could have did a month. You could have did all kinds of things just for it to make sense to community. So that's kind of where we are with that. That is the end of my report. Citizens address. You can go ahead, Ontario, with questions.
Citizens address. First question is, can we come up with a plan for all shootings around the New Year holiday going forward? Next citizens address, are we doing something about COVID testing in Dalton? We can use more centers. Last question is, can the mayor please address the tax benefits regarding block by block? And that is the conclusion of the citizens address.
Okay. Next, we need to go in closed session. We have litigation, terminations, several different things to discuss, and settlements as well. So can I have a motion to go in closed session?
I'll second.
Okay. There's a motion and second. Just for the record, residents, we're gonna go in closed session and we're gonna make suggestions on what we're gonna do if we come back out. Number 16 is possible action of whatever happened in closed session. We will vote on it, but we're gonna end this live video, but we will still vote publicly on whatever we decided to do. So if you could, Ontario, end the live. And before you end the live, just so everyone know, we do have 4 COVID centers that will be here in the village of Dalton. And that's just a way to help residents alleviate some of the long lines, because I know a lot of y'all go over to South Suburban, and I heard the wait time is 3 to 4 hours. So that will be taking place. I've met with several people today, and we will be initiating this starting, it was supposed to have been Friday, but it looked like Monday will be the start of the 4 COVID centers. So a couple business owners got together, and they're all coming up with a plan. So I'll meet with them again tomorrow, and I will update the residents and also the Board of Trustees on what we are all going to do. Thank you so much, residents. You can end the live chat, and then you